Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at what's next in love for singles. So there are three groups to choose from. Group 1 is this pink Tourmaline along with this group of cards. Group 2 is the Apatite along with this group of cards, and group 3 is the Selenite along with this group of cards. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and feel whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're most drawn to, I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps for each group in the description box of the video if you would like to jump ahead. Hi Group 1, you chose the pink Tourmaline. So I'm going to start by taking a look at these cards to see what's coming next in love for you. And we have the Lovers, Ten of Cups, Ace of Swords, Ten of Wands, Three of Wands, Seven of Swords, Soulmates, Go the Distance, Never-Ending Story, and Treasure Island. So it definitely looks like you have a soulmate coming in, a soulmate on the horizon, Group 1, with the Lovers and the Soulmates card along with this Ten of Cups showing up. And so this person could be coming in after a period of maybe dating a lot of people and just not really finding anyone that you resonate with. Maybe talking to people, having several conversations, going out on a few dates with the Seven of Swords, but then just really feeling that you're not meshing, you don't have a lot in common, some kind of a red flag emerging, or just not really feeling that deep soul connection with another person. And this having happened maybe several times, multiple times, to where with the Ten of Wands, it's almost creating this sense of burden within you. This feeling of being very overwhelmed at the prospect of perhaps feeling that you're never going to find somebody for you, you're not going to find somebody to really resonate with on a deep level, a sense of being very overwhelmed with the dating world, with kind of the options that are out there. Maybe also with this Three of Wands, really feeling that you just want to turn your back on the whole thing, just kind of give up dating for a period of time, or maybe you have entered into that where you have just kind of opted to remain single, to focus on some other things, kind of turn your back on love for the time being, and then this person really emerges with the Ace of Swords, this kind of cutting through the fog and the discontent and kind of this sense of malaise at, maybe looking at other people in your life who are settling down, who are getting married, who are having kids, having a family, who are really, finding their person in this lifetime and feeling very much on the outside of that. And so because of this frustration, just kind of turning away from the search, with this never-ending story, feeling again just kind of hopeless about this, that this is not ever going to end, this kind of series of just partners or potential people, prospects in romance that are just kind of fall short. They just they leave a lot to be desired. They're not fulfilling you on all levels. And then this person comes in very suddenly, very swiftly, to just cut through that, to kind of cut you away from this old chapter of really searching, this disappointment, this kind of feeling of wanting to turn your back on love, or kind of leaning toward hopelessness, feeling that your love life is a desert, or that, true love is not on the horizon for you. And this truth and clarity that this person delivers, it feels like a very refreshing energy even. Intellectually, you might be very compatible with this person. They might be very easy to talk to. You have a lot in common. The kind of person where you can really talk to them and hours go by and it seems like it's only been minutes. So somebody who's very engaging, who really captivates your attention, and the more you're getting to know them, the more it kind of moves you away from that space of feeling very burdened and very overwhelmed by what you have experienced in love up to this point in time. And with this cheetah here on the Go the Distance card, I feel that this person comes in very swiftly, again with this desert scene, kind of during this period where you haven't really had a lot of success in terms of dating other people. Maybe you haven't even really been dating. You've just not really found anyone that has sparked your interest, garnered your attention, has really seemed worth the effort to get to know them or to allow them to get to know you. And so just kind of a space in your life where there's just not a lot happening romantically. And then all of a sudden this person really pops in almost out of nowhere. There's a sense too of them being almost out of place. Somebody that you meet in a very unconventional way at a time when you're not really looking for love, or in a circumstance where you wouldn't normally associate that with where you're finding this romantic partner. And then all of a sudden that they're there under these very kind of unusual circumstances, kind of an unconventional romance or interest that's kind of buds between you. Somebody that, for example, you could be in kind of a crowded waiting room, for example, or on some kind of, public transportation system, public transit system, and this is somebody that you're just kind of, you're sitting next to, sitting adjacent. They make some kind of casual comment to you, some casual remark, and things just go from there. It just starts very, very slowly with this imagery of kind of this cheetah and the little pieces behind them. So just these little introductory bits that slowly but surely, in a very unexpected manner, develop into this larger interest of getting to know this person. Maybe it's, again, you're in this waiting room, you're waiting for several hours for something, for an appointment, or maybe something to do with some kind of government documents that you're having to do, and just kind of waiting in that bureaucratic line for the better part of an afternoon, and then here's this other person. Maybe you meet them at jury duty, for example, something where you're there for a prolonged period of time and you have this opportunity to, just exchange these little bits of interaction with them that definitely sparks into something a lot more tangible, this desire to, after both of your business is finished at whatever this place is, to kind of continue this conversation elsewhere. Maybe to go and grab some lunch, go and grab some coffee, to exchange phone numbers or contact information, to follow each other on social media, something that, further and beyond those circumstances leads to getting to know this person on a deeper level, and kind of outside of the realm of those initial circumstances where it might even be kind of difficult to get to know them, because again, this sense of like a crowded space, also with this 10 of wands here, there's a lot of other people there, there's a lot happening, it could be kind of loud, so it's really difficult to kind of get into those fine details. And again, something you're not really looking for. Your mind is kind of elsewhere. Your thoughts are on something else when this person comes into your life. But it definitely feels like somebody with this treasure island and this turtle here, this slow moving energy, that it seems like, as you kind of get to know this person and the love between you develops, the heart space really opens up and there's this exchange of feelings. There's a sense of, kind of what took you so long, that, it took this person person forever to come into your life, into your existence. But in this treasure chest here, you know, in addition to all this kind of hearts and these little kind of glittery objects, and there's a face in the background of this box here. And so this is really speaking to kind of the ways in which this person fulfills your life on multiple levels, that what they present to you, and as you're getting to know them, kind of this feeling, it's again this very unexpected gift, a very unexpected surprise, kind of meeting this person, running into this person. As you get to know them as well, they might be quite different than sort of the exterior that they are presenting. They could be somebody who sort of initially presents as kind of reserved, somebody who, again, because of the circumstances, with that 10 of Wands, could be kind of stressed out or overwhelmed or burdened with something, or just they have a lot on their mind. And so the more you're getting to know them outside of that initial circumstances, and you're peeling back the layers of who this person is, kind of getting to know them in different circumstances, you know, talking to them, hearing their opinions about things, interacting with them, kind of seeing beyond that kind of initial covering of whatever it is that they were presenting when you first cross paths with them. As you get to know them, there's an abundance to this person. They're a lot deeper than they may have initially presented to you. There's a lot of depth of emotion as well, with all this watery imagery here, where, you know, this person might come off again as kind of reserved or quiet or just very distracted, but then as you kind of cut through that, you cut away from those distractions, those surroundings, or you just kind of make your way beyond this person's kind of walls and this exterior that they may present, that in fact this person, they definitely have this gooey center to them. This is a very emotionally deep person, somebody who has a lot to give in terms of reciprocity of emotions. This could be somebody who, you know, is very loving in terms of gestures as well. Somebody who, you know, could really like to hold hands. Somebody who might be traditional in the sense of, you know, holding the door open for you, or you know, helping you if you've got a lot of bags, a lot of packages, a lot of groceries, you know, helping you to kind of carry these things, load them into your car, bring them into your house, for example. Somebody who really likes to pitch in and help as well. This feels like somebody who is very much, in terms of a romantic connection, somebody who really understands the importance of reciprocity, of working as a team, somebody who is not really looking for frivolous relationships, but at this point in their life, there's somebody who's not willing to settle for second best. They're looking for somebody who ticks off all or pretty much all of their boxes. This could be somebody who, you know, experienced a lot of disappointments in love in the past. You also might have experienced a lot of disappointments in love, connections that were very passionate but perhaps very short-lived, with this three of Wands here, and somebody, you know, kind of dealing with partners previously who invested a lot initially emotionally, or in terms of, you know, the interest or attention that was being paid. But then maybe people who easily became distracted, or fear kind of got the better of them, and they just didn't have what it took to invest fully in the long-term happiness and of building connections. And so this can be a similar kind of narrative in both of your stories, to where at this point in time, and also because of kind of this, you know, sort of throwing your hands up and kind of leaving the dating world for the time being, just being really fed up with that, really not having a lot of success in that capacity, that you both have a lot of discernment at this point in time. You're very picky. You both are at a place where you really know yourselves. You may have done some ascension work. This person could also have gone through some kind of a spiritual awakening. You might have also gone through a spiritual awakening, to where you really have come into this place of knowing yourselves on a very intimate level, being very comfortable in your skin, somebody who really prioritizes and focuses on self-love, as well as being very proactive in terms of the pursuit of your dreams and goals, somebody who is really practicing self-love in the form of not allowing energies necessarily into their life, or kind of perpetuating circumstances or relationships that are draining or one-sided or toxic. But somebody who has really done some massive work here to ascend, to really focus on joy and abundance, to kind of release things from your lives that were very burdensome or very draining. and two people who have really cultivated very successfully this kind of path to happiness and personal joy. And so in that sense, you're very compatible. You feel like people also with the soulmates and the lovers card here who are almost like this yin yang energy. You fit very well together. Even kind of the qualities and aspects of both of you that are seemingly opposite, you work really well together in that sense. There's definitely a spiritual aspect to this connection, or something about the circumstances where you meet this person that feels very much divinely orchestrated, with the angel kind of overlooking the lovers, and then also here on the soulmates, and we've got this face up here in the cloud where, again, kind of these unconventional circumstances by which you encounter this person initially, a place when you're in your life and you're not looking for love, or an actual setting or a circumstance where love is the last thing on your mind. And for this person to kind of present themselves, and, you know, kind of the more you get to know them, even just, it might not even be love at first sight in this particular circumstance, but just some sort of a connection that happens to where, you know, you have contact with them outside of that initial meeting place. And the more you get to know them, and even just kind of starting off on a platonic level, kind of looking at them as friends, or somebody you find very interesting, somebody that you'd like to get to know more, somebody that maybe you have some particular hobbies or interests in common with. And it just kind of opens the door to this very unexpected and kind of blossoming romance that, looking back, it seems very divinely orchestrated, like perfect timing, right at a point in your life when, you know, both of your lives, or you're feeling very burdened about the prospect of love, having kind of turned your back toward love, focusing on self-love rather than seeking love from another. And this feels like the vibration that both of you have cultivated, and that's kind of the perfect recipe for the two of you being in a space to receive each other. When you've kind of moved into this place of acceptance, you're not actively out sort of chasing that dream of romance, that dream of happily ever after, but you've kind of moved into this headspace of what's meant to be will be, and you've redirected that focus on other things, on yourself primarily, and kind of cultivating and fostering your own abundance and joy, that it puts you both at this vibrational resonance to where you are unencumbered enough in terms of any kind of a lack mentality, or any sort of energy of kind of this desperate pursuit of the one, and you kind of have abandoned that search, or kind of making that a priority in your life. And that is exactly what is necessary for what appears here, at least, a strong possibility of the one to come into your life. Definitely with the lovers, 10 of Cups, and soulmates, this is somebody who you could be with long term. This is somebody who you might even end up getting married to, or starting a family with, or if you have children maybe from previous relationships, creating some kind of blended family together. It speaks to a lot of harmony and compatibility in terms of your goals and dreams and interests in that sense. And really, although, some kind of adjustments may need to be made, some things may need to be released, there may be some kind of difficulties to work through at some point in time, but it does seem that you get to this point together where you are able to really fit one another into each other's lives in a very successful manner. It seems starting off as friends first and foremost, and then just this bond kind of deepening. Almost the sense here, even with this imagery of the two penguins, of really discovering each other as birds of a feather. Very compatible in terms of very similar experiences that you've had in the past, your goals and dreams and visions for the future. This person definitely has the key to your heart, and vice versa. And even in kind of an unconventional way, this person could really prove themselves to be, and you also for them, to really be everything that each other was looking for, delivered in a very unconventional or unexpected package. Kind of like this unanticipated gift or blessing that arrives at a time when love and kind of emotions have been of that capacity, and romance have kind of been put on the back burner. You're not really prioritizing that. You kind of have your sights set on something else, and at just the right time, then both of you kind of come into each other's existence. So in terms of zodiac signs, with the lovers, we have Gemini. Cups is water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. The swords is air, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And the wands is fire, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So I'm going to get a few more zodiac signs for you, group one, and this can be it can show up somewhere in their chart, in your chart, or this can even relate to a time of year that will be significant to meeting this person and this connection. So we have Sagittarius, and the months for that are November and December. We also have Leo, which is July and August, and Aries, which is March and April. So I'm going to get some of these attributes now, and these can be physical characteristics. There's some initials in here, zodiac signs. There can be some clues about what they do for a living. Just kind of a little bit of everything in here for group 1. Okay, so we have friend. So that's that energy of really kind of building a friendship first with this person that then blossoms into something more. This can also really tie into maybe you have friends in common, or kind of that energy of fitting really well into each other's lives, that your friends really approve of this match and vice versa. Their friends are really eager and excited for the two of you to deepen this connection. And we have singing. So this person could be a musician. There could be some kind of musical connection. And I'm also feeling that this person really makes your heart sing, kind of at this place where you had really sort of given up on maybe finding the one, at least at this point in time. And, you know, this person kind of just comes into your life, and at a certain point of getting to know them, kind of this treasure is revealed that, you know, is the answer to what you've been looking for. And we have gray hair, so that can be somebody who has gone fully gray or is just maybe starting to go gray, kind of salt and pepper hair. Music, so another tie there with the singing card that came through. So maybe you both send each other songs, or you attend concerts, something like that. You could meet them at some kind of, that could fit in with that energy of kind of this crowded and loud environment where you meet them, some kind of festival or concert. And we have the letter E. Contact lenses. Yoga. So this person could be into doing yoga or some kind of fitness or kind of meditation practice. This could be an activity you both do together. And this also speaks to somebody who is very centered, very grounded, is able to manage kind of stress in a very productive manner. Somebody who, even when circumstances are very overwhelming, is able to find that sanctuary within. And somebody who also really seeks guidance from within, somebody who, with that kind of that angelic energy that was coming through, this could be definitely a very awakened person, somebody who, you know, is a deeply spiritual person as well. Maybe they even have some kind of meditation practice, somebody who is kind of aware of spirituality, sort of has an ongoing and dynamic relationship with their spirit team, their ancestors, their angels. And we have law enforcement, so they could be a dispatcher, a police officer. And we have dark eyes. Aries, so that can be a zodiac sign or time of year, which is March and April. Artist. So maybe this person is a musician with that reference to music, singing, and artist. They could be just very much of an artistic temperament. Maybe this is somebody who, you know, you go to art museums with. Maybe somebody who, you know, kind of looks at you as a muse then, and either in terms of painting or drawing, perhaps wanting you to model for them in that sense, or even a sculptor, or somebody who just has a way with their expression of love, their love language, to where they're able to really put their feelings into a very artistic expression, whether visually, or that can even relate to kind of the written word. Maybe this person's even a songwriter. They write songs for you. Okay, and we have law of attraction. So this person and you definitely manifest one another, kind of moving into that energy of accepting that at the right time, what you are seeking will find you, kind of getting out of this energy of, you know, just really actively pursuing these things and moving into this energy of receptivity. And that really helps to magnetize this person in. And we have gifted. So in terms of artist and musician, they could be some kind of a prodigy, somebody who, even if they don't do this professionally, is maybe very gifted at guitar or has a gift with language, with words, as a gifted artist. And we have vacation. So you might meet them while on vacation. Maybe they are vacationing in your town, in your city. And that's how you interact with this person. So long distance could be a factor at some point in this relationship that might kind of account for this kind of sort of small introduction, or these little bits of exchange that you have with this person initially, that then, you know, you must kind of continue that at a later point in time in a different venue. So if this is somebody from out of town, or you are out of town when you meet them and then you go back to your respective locations, there could be some kind of like an online component, texting, emailing back and forth, phone calls, for example. This can also talk about somebody who, you know, you both go on vacations together, you like to travel. Your idea of what a vacation is fits in very well with each other, whether you're somebody who kind of likes resorts or maybe cruises versus somebody who likes to kind of get a cabin in the woods or kind of go out camping in nature, for example. People who would look at vacation as like a big city, kind of going to you know, museums and restaurants and kind of these landmarks, versus people who you know, just kind of like to sort of immerse themselves kind of off the beaten path, and, you know, staying in hostels versus hotels, for example. But just in some way you're very compatible in terms of your ideas of recreation and kind of what resonates with the both of you as far as downtime and rest and recharge time. And we have motorcycle. So in terms of law enforcement, this person could be a motorcycle cop, for example, or they could just own a motorcycle, ride a motorcycle. And we have Kundalini awakening. So this could definitely be something that this connection sparks, kind of that unexpected treasure popping open, that kind of activates some new layers of, you know, one another's kind of gifts, a new kind of life being breathed back into the chakra system, life being breathed back into the heart space after kind of this energy of a desert circumstance, even, where this kind of just sets your heart on fire. It renews this belief in love and this kind of wish fulfillment energy as well. And we have curvy. So that can be a body type. Or if you are curvy yourself, this person definitely appreciates that about you and is attracted to that. And we have brown hair, freckles, X. So maybe you meet this person after some major breakup, even where you've just been single for a while. If you hadn't really been exploring the dating pool, you might have gotten out of some major relationship, a significant relationship in your life, and you've just gone through this period of being single, of kind of healing yourself after kind of that other relationship sort of falling away from your life. So at a point when you're not really looking for love, maybe you don't feel necessarily ready to open your heart to love, and kind of in meeting this person in a very sort of just kind of an unsuspecting manner, an unconventional manner, again, not looking for love, but you're kind of building on this connection, this interest with this person, and then all of a sudden it blossoms into something much more than you were looking for as well. For some of you, this could be an ex that's coming back, although I don't really feel reconciliation energy here. This definitely feels like somebody very new and very unexpected. And there could be some elements of this person, maybe even like physical characteristics, maybe even they have the same name as an ex, something about this person that might even initially kind of make you not a full red flag, but something that just kind of makes you a little more cautious, wanting to kind of take extra time to get to know this person, to vet this person, maybe qualities about this person or what they do for a living. Just something about them is very similar to somebody that you dated before. And this doesn't even have to be a negative. This could be somebody that you were very fond of before, that things just didn't work out with. And then this other person kind of comes into your life at a later date and time that has so many qualities similar to this ex that you had. maybe somebody you really thought was the one, and it didn't turn out that way. And this almost feels like the energy of a second chance, of somebody who is a better fit for you than this other person coming into your existence, into your life. And we have tech industry, so they could work in the tech industry, they could have some kind of a startup, or that's also really kind of tying in with social media and kind of text messages and emails as a mode of communication between the both of you. And we have true love, so that was coming up with that 10 of Cups, and this energy that this is somebody you could be with long term. This is somebody where, you know, again, you connect with this person at a deep level and on multiple layers. You fit very well in with each other. And for any kind of energy of maybe sneakiness you were dealing with before, or not really finding anyone that you could be compatible with fully on many levels, this person kind of is the opposite of what you have experienced in love so far. And we have casual. So again, that casual setting that you might meet this person in, where love is not at the forefront of your mind. And we have merchant. So this kind of ties in with tech industry. They could own a startup, run some kind of a tech company, or just some kind of a business in general. Maybe you meet them out at some kind of a store, at some kind of a business. And we have heavy set, so another body type there that kind of ties in with curvy. And we have kind. So somebody that is just very gentle, again, kind of that gooey center that's very contrary to maybe sort of a stoic exterior that they might put off when you initially meet them. That the more you get to know them, this is a very genuine person, a very deep person, somebody who is able to be emotionally vulnerable, who is very comfortable expressing themselves and their feelings. And we have online, so again, that connection with tech industry, and kind of that energy of distance and emails. And maybe this person, maybe you do meet them online in some kind of a forum, or, you know, not necessarily a dating website, but somewhere where you're doing something online. Maybe this person has an online business in terms of merchant. They're maybe in some kind of a tech support, and that's how you encounter them, just in a way where you're seeking help, or maybe they are the one coming to you. Maybe you work in tech support somewhere and you just kind of meet this way and start interacting with them, and one thing leads to another. And we have love language. So again, a very similar love language of compatibility that you have. This person being very expressive with their feelings, making these feelings known to you in some creative and unmistakable ways. And we have city. So you could both live in the same city, or maybe you meet them when they are visiting your city, or you're visiting their city. And we have the letter N. And salt and pepper hair. So that was coming up initially with that gray hair. So I'm going to get some letters for you now. Group 1, this can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Okay, and we've got the letter A, E, F, D, S, I, W, B, R, and J. So I'm going to close this reading for you, group 1, with a Romance Angels card to get a little guidance from Spirit about this next in love for you, this new person coming in, group 1. Okay, and we have romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So this can be kind of a confirmation for you, again, that energy of maybe meeting this person in a very unconventional situation, or at a time when you're not really looking for love. You've kind of turned your back to love and the idea of that. That the spark that you will feel with this person, kind of as you're getting to know them on a casual level, and this deep resonance that begins to build, you're really being being guided to continue to get to know them, continue to give this a chance, open up your heart gradually and at a pace that is comfortable for you. You might have been dealing with people in the past that were really not being, with that Seven of Swords, even sort of honest and forthright about their intentions, or, you know, kind of this energy of maybe people kind of these sort of short-term relationships, and then the person just sort of leaves or loses interest. And so this person is very much a contrast to that. This is somebody where, you know, there's a trustworthiness to what it is that they are expressing to you, that you can really rely on the truth of the love that they are expressing to you. The sensation and the energetic connection felt between the both of you. This does have the potential to build into something very beautiful in the long term, and it's something to where, as time goes on, I feel that this is something where those feelings between you will continue to deepen. Again, contrary to people you may have been dealing with in the past, this person is very comfortable in their emotions, somebody who is able to really discuss their emotions, is open about that, somebody who has done some work on themselves to get to that point of being comfortable with being emotionally vulnerable, kind of building toward that. Somebody who, you know, although they might be kind of stoic at first, there is a lot of potential to kind of bypass that, to get into that soft center of this person. When this person starts to open up to you, there's a beauty to this person that might not be exactly apparent at the initial meeting of them, in terms of like in the emotional level and the soul level. And so you're definitely being guided to, you know, just take your time with this, to get to know this person bit by bit. There's no need to rush into this. This is kind of a slow and steady energy here, and definitely somebody that is worth the wait if you've been going through a drought or a lot of disappointments in love. So those are your messages, group 1. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 2. You chose the Apatite. So I'm going to start with these cards to see what's next in love. Group 2. Got the Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, Page of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, the Devil, Between Worlds, A Change in the Wind, Poised, and Why. So I feel that this person comes into your life at a time when you have really worked to kind of release some toxic patterns in your life, maybe some tendencies toward codependency, some addictions in your life, or even relationships that were very one-sided or very draining. This can even relate with the Devil here to an ex, maybe a difficult relationship that you were in, somebody that there was a lot of back and forth with, a lot of manipulation, a lot of uncertainty. A sense with this Nine of Swords and the Five of Pentacles of maybe a previous person that you were dealing with just leaving you with a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anxiety. Again, this kind of in and out energy with the Between Worlds also of kind of invested one day and then sort of removing themselves the next. And a sense with that Five of Pentacles of just not being able to win with this person, kind of making as much effort as you possibly could, really trying to accommodate somebody, giving them time and space to figure things out, but them just really not demonstrating any kind of change to you. And so this could have been a very difficult decision, something that gave you a lot of anxiety to kind of let this other person go. Somebody who was even kind of operating in an energy of sort of materialism, just very focused on kind of low vibrational behaviors or kind of a lack mentality themselves, and that you've really had to cut this away, whether it's a specific person, a mindset you had been embodying, or even just lifestyle choices, friends you were surrounding yourself with, an environment that you were participating in that was really kind of depleting you of your joy, of your satisfaction, leaving you with the sense of hopelessness rather than hope. That you've come away from that. You've chosen to invest in yourself, to kind of take all that love that you may have been pouring into this other person with very little given back in return. And you've instead, with that change in the wind, sort of, you've changed directions, you've changed your method. Maybe this is somebody who you've kind of gone round and round with, and this time when the person came back around hoping to gain entry to your life, that door remained closed. And that by doing that action, it really signaled this shift for you, this paradigm shift. You announce to the universe through that action that you not only you believe you deserve more, but that you are willing to take steps to provide more to yourself, to sort of fill your own cup, to give yourself that love you hoped that another would give, making healthier choices. Really seeking to maybe even do some shadow work within yourself to kind of uncover some of these root causes of what might have led to kind of like self-defeating thoughts or codependency, or maybe some toxic behavior patterns, maybe some addiction that you were struggling with, whether that is, being a workaholic or some kind of substance abuse, an addiction to emotionally unavailable partners, or people that never make you a priority, just any number of things that one can become addicted to. Maybe it's food, maybe it's shopping, maybe it's just kind of maintaining a lifestyle that is not really reaching for your fullest potential, but just kind of settling for mediocrity, and that you really have kind of shifted out of that. You've sought out and discovered the root causes of these things, healing some core wounds within you, maybe some childhood wounds with that Page of Pentacles, something that goes back into your early informative years. And by discovering that root, you've been able to kind of pluck that root from you, and have really gone through with this poised a period of ascension in your life, really raising your standards for what is acceptable, making this announcement to people in your lives, and allowing those that are able to kind of adjust themselves and adjust their behavior and their treatment of you accordingly. These people can continue forward with you into the future, and those that are not, that are kind of upset by the changes that you've made or unwilling to meet you at that level, kind of allowing that to fall away. And so all of this really seems to be the stage that sort of sets this meeting for this next love, is this internal change within you, the work that you've done within you to shift your vibration, to raise your vibration, to release and to let go of a lot of the people, places, and things that you might have resonated with in the past, but that have really just kind of been operating as kind of a burden. Maybe people that felt the need to kind of criticize you for who you are, or really kind of questioned your goals and questioned your kind of values and who you are as a person, to where you maybe felt the need to kind of water yourself down to really fit into other people's expectations, but stepping into this place of authenticity, releasing the need to please others, or the need to kind of fit into some kind of a mold, embracing your unique self, really seeking to balance these kind of light and shadow aspects within yourself. That by doing that, you have raised your frequency to the point where you're able to magnetize in a new type of love than you have experienced previously. I feel that also this is somebody who in their own right has done some very similar work on themselves. This is somebody who, kind of with this flamingo stepping out of the black and white into color, this is somebody who has also been on this ascension journey, maybe somebody who has gone through some kind of a spiritual awakening. With the crown there on that flamingo's head, they've really stepped into either the divine masculine energy or the divine feminine energy, depending on what you and this person resonate as, but more importantly, having balanced these aspects, the divine masculine and the divine feminine within themselves that each of us carry. And I feel that you are also somebody who has done this work on yourself to really step forward into that highest potential, really, cultivating a relationship with your higher self. Really seeking and receiving and trusting in the guidance that you're getting about steps that need to be taken to either release things or directions to move. With this Page of Pentacles, this can also speak to a time where you've just started rebuilding your life after maybe letting a lot of things go. With that Devil, also some kind of dark night of the soul that you've been in, that you've come out of this. But with that Page energy, it maybe hasn't been very long since you're kind of beyond that valley, so to speak, where you've really stepped out into the light. You've become that light. You've illuminated your world. You've really focused on self, on self-healing, on, your own health, your own wellness, on multiple layers of your being. And so this is something where, kind of in this very sort of fledgling state of this new life that you are creating for yourself, you encounter this person who is very adequately matched to you, who understands this process that you've been through, and in their own way, maybe some different circumstances, but kind of a similar energy of really having to let some things go or let some people go, that it might have been very difficult to do that. Kind of some cycles that this person in their own life was kind of trapped in or was perpetuating, that they've really stepped beyond. And so you have this in common with this person. They really understand that about you. Somebody who is also kind of just at this beginning stage of really kind of cultivating a more authentic life for themselves. So you both could really be a little bit kind of hesitant and guarded because of what you've been through in the past. This feels like something where, you're trying to very slowly build upon this connection, where you both, one or both of you might have been people who really rushed in love. maybe somebody who kind of overshared in the past, which just led to a sense of kind of loss or even some kind of betrayals. Maybe not having a lot of discernment about partners or about the company you were keeping. And so at this point in time, when you meet this person, there is this importance that is placed upon building very slowly upon this connection, getting to know each other in a very deliberate way, being very cognizant and very mindful and very intent on not repeating or falling back into those same patterns in relationships in the past. So with this kind of the newness of this energy here, again, this could be for both of you. This is the first kind of love connection or spark where you really have allowed yourself to open your heart and feel in a place where you actually have something to offer to somebody else. You've done enough healing work. You've established yourself enough to where, the both of you are kind of stepping beyond kind of just rebuilding the very basic aspects of yourself and open to the idea of partnership with another. And it's at this point in time that you both come into each other's lives with a lot of authenticity to give as well. This could be something in the past where maybe, again, you were overgivers or oversharers. And at this point in time, you're trying to really focus on truth and taking what you are seeing at face value, not allowing words, honeyed words to really sway you, or maybe you both had a tendency to be in situations where there was a lot of love bombing going on that only kind of led to a sense of loss and betrayal and defeat later on. And so two people who are very much interested in transparency. The attraction is very mutual between the both of you. There's a lot of compatibility in terms of that physical attraction and the physical dynamic of your relationship when it evolves to that point. There's also this emotional compatibility, being very cognizant of one another's emotional needs and the need to take things very slowly and very gradually, and to kind of peel back those layers and sort of give at a very methodical and steady pace to one another, as opposed to really rushing in. With the Page of Pentacles, again, just kind of very slowly building upon this. This Page of Pentacles can also indicate that this is somebody who really notices you first, somebody who kind of is in your physical world. This could be somebody even that you work with or in some kind of a professional capacity that you are encountering. Somebody who is, because of their own kind of cautions, is really taking time to kind of think about this, to really try to suss out who you are in the different hats that you wear, kind of wanting to get a full picture of you, a well-rounded picture of who you are before they are able and willing to kind of open their heart and allow those feelings to be expressed. And I feel like this is something that works very well with you, because you're not in a space at this point in time of wanting to rush into anything. That kind of this deliberate approach to building the romance, it works very well with kind of your needs and where you are at this point in time, and what you've learned, the lessons that you've pulled away from your past experiences. So this could be somebody where, it takes some time to build into a romance. You could start off as friends first with this person, and, this need to kind of really move into this place of assurance, to not get carried away with emotions, but really prioritizing building a solid foundation with one another, really getting to know each other on deep and multiple levels before opening your heart to one another. So in terms of signs, with the cups, we have water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Wands is fire energy, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Pentacles is Earth, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Swords is air, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And the Devil is Capricorn. So I'm going to get a few more of these little zodiac tiles. This can be more zodiac signs in you or this person's chart. This can also refer to a time of year that is significant to meeting this person or this connection. So we have Libra, which is September and October. Cancer, which is June and July. And Sagittarius, which is November and December. So now I'm going to get some of these attributes, and there are initials in here. There's more zodiac signs, physical characteristics. There can be things they do for a living, personality traits. There's just a little bit of everything in here for group 2. It's next in love. Okay, and we have April. So that can be a significant month to this connection, and that can also really tie into the zodiac signs of Aries and Taurus. And we have reserved, so that was coming through in terms of this guarded nature, that both of you have been through some difficulties in love and in your life, and so when you meet this person, they are going to be a little bit guarded, really wanting to take the time and effort and to properly build to a place where you both are comfortable, where there's a solid foundation in place before you rush in and kind of allow your emotions and the attraction that you have for each other to kind of get the better of the situation. And we have Dark Night of the Soul, so that was coming through with this devil energy, and kind of the first spark of romance after coming out of that very kind of heavy and kind of the destruction that goes along with the dark night of the soul, the clearing away of all that does not serve or no longer resonates, and kind of moving beyond that to sort of rebuild yourselves, to kind of step out into the light, and start to construct a life and a series of surroundings, a mindset, a reconstruction of your personality even, that is more in resonance with who you are at your authentic self, what you want going forward, and who you hope to really present yourself as in relationships in order to be open to receiving the same in return. And we have Sagittarius, so another zodiac sign, or this can even relate to the months of November and December. And we have Libra, so both of these signs were coming out also here in the zodiac tile, so this could be very significant. And again, Libra is September and October. And we have Shy, so that fits in with that reserved energy, somebody who is not going to allow their emotions to get away with them, somebody who's not going to rush in love. They may have been quite the opposite in the past, but some kind of an evolution has taken place where they have established some discernment within themselves. There's some barriers that are now in place, some gatekeepers that maybe they previously just allowed too much access to themselves too quickly, that put them in positions of loss, of a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a big toll on their mental space as well. And so somebody who is really practicing self-love by making sure to allow the right people into their life. And we also have Capricorn, so that was coming through with the devil as well. So a significant zodiac sign, or that can even refer to the months of December and January. And we have Intelligent. So somebody who is very thoughtful, somebody who, is really going to not allow, again, the heart to really carry them away, but is going to weigh in their intellect, their mind. Somebody who is really going to use that discernment, exercise that discernment to make the best choice for them in terms of love. And this feels like somebody that when, that heart space is open, when this kind of level of comfort is reached, and you get to know you're getting to know this person sort of layer by layer, bit by bit, where they may come across at first as very reserved. There is an intelligence to them. It's kind of like the saying, still waters run deep. And so once you get into that comfort zone with this person, they're going to be, they have a lot of love to give with that Ace of Cups. And this is really, kind of this still sort of wounded energy that you are encountering this person in, that you yourself are most likely in as well. You have that in common and are able to understand that about each other and respect those boundaries because of, again, these similar circumstances that you both have been in. And when you get to this point of being open and discussing what you've been through, this person has a lot of insight to provide to you. This relationship can help you not only to kind of experience love on a higher level than you have before, but this feels like a very healing connection. Like some of the insights that this person tells you that they have gained about their own experiences, it really helps to put other things in perspective for you. Maybe some methods that this person has implemented in their life in terms of self-healing or kind of rebuilding their self-esteem or their life after, a lot of things have fallen away or some cycles have kind of been moved away from, that this is something which can really inspire you. It's something, you know, a perspective that this person has that really helps to answer some kind of lingering questions for you about what you've been through, kind of the purpose of that, where you're going moving forward. So this connection just offers a leveling up on multiple levels in terms of your perspective of your life in general and where you're going. This person very much inspiring you, or kind of putting you on a path that you may have not really considered before towards stepping into that best life, or kind of moving beyond these cycles within yourself. But then also somebody who has a lot of insight and wisdom that they have gained through this experience of kind of loss, and sort of this phoenix from the ashes that they are embodying, that is a very similar energy to what you are embodying. And we have green eyes. Math. So intelligent, math, this person could be very, again, kind of logical minded. Maybe they're a math teacher. That's their strong suit. Somebody who just likes to really process everything and kind of take in all the facts. Somebody who really likes to kind of weigh the risks versus the rewards. Somebody who wants to really gather kind of all the quantitative information that they can in order to really kind of calculate and predict when the next kind of layer of themselves should be revealed. In any kind, you know, somebody who really, again, doesn't allow their emotions or their passions to carry them away, but somebody who is very much learning to trust in their logical mind, not get caught up in fantasies, but really taking kind of the practical into account, and to weighing that in equal, or in some cases even weighing that even more heavily than kind of what their emotions are telling them to do, or what their passion or their attraction is really telling them to do. And we have fire signs, so Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Have the letter E. Doctor. So this person could be in medical school, they could be a doctor. This really also ties in with that aspect of healing that comes through this connection. Some kind of solution or a perspective this person gives you that helps to kind of heal old wounds, help to make sense out of kind of some experiences that you've been through, and also the love that you do experience with this person eventually when you get to know each other and you build up to this gradually. That it's very healing for your heart. Kind of the purity and the integrity of the love which is offered, it's quite contrary to what you might have experienced before, and this feels like a connection that really renews your hope and love, and really seeks to confirm for you that you've been on the right path. You made the right decision to break away from cycles, or to let a particular person go, maybe a toxic pattern that you were in, and is much needed to fall away, and kind of this process of everything being leveled to the ground in order to really rebuild it. That your experience with this person in this connection, it really helps to almost provide you with some kind of sweetness after a period of, you know, some kind of difficult lessons or difficult experiences, or a difficult and kind of lonely period that you've been in your life. And we also have party. So you could meet this person at a party, or this can really talk about also a lot of fun that you have with this person. That although they're coming off very guarded, you know, this is somebody who they know how to have fun. They know how to let loose. This is not somebody who just, you know, is buttoned up all the time. This feels like somebody who has really learned to master their discernment, knows when to give as well as to receive. And we have dancing, so that ties in with party. You could meet them at a wedding, for example, or a birthday party, or something where, you know, the two of you go out dancing. And there's this closeness and this intimacy here that kind of bypasses words, that as you're both kind of operating from this still kind of tender place of just having rebuilt yourself, or opening your heart up to love for the first time, maybe in a long time, or after a period of loss, that there are these other things, these times where you're able to both just get into this very kind of zen and spiritual space where you're just kind of flowing with one another and with the universe in this energy of dancing. And at those point in times, sort of this vibration between the both of you is very unencumbered. You're able to really exchange and experience this desire and this symmetry that you have with each other, this sameness in terms of the path that you are both on in your lives. And we have the letter Z. Construction. So this kind of feels like somebody who's under construction, kind of that energy of the phoenix rising from the ashes, somebody who's kind of in a place of really rebuilding their life after moving away from some other things. This can also relate to somebody who works in the construction field. Maybe they own a construction company. And we have veterinarian. So animals could be a strong connection here. This could be a very empathic person. That ties in with doctor as well in terms of this could be their profession, veterinarian. But again, that energy of, a really healing connection, this person having very good intentions, kind of the advice that they give to you, it comes from a place of knowledge, a place of knowing through experience. This is somebody who is very wise based on what they have been through in the journey that they've been on, the struggle to kind of rebuild themselves. And they impart a lot of wisdom to you through that, through just discussing very casually what you both have been through, or discussing, even without referring directly to the past, just, talking with one another about your views on life or your perspectives, that this person widens your perspectives. Things really click into place with this person. Unanswered questions that or uncertainties or anxieties you may have had, this person really puts you at ease and makes you feel very, very comfortable and very confident in the direction you're headed. And we have romantic. So this really fits in that beneath kind of that layer of guardedness and kind of wanting to make sure that the time is right when they are opening up their heart, that again, with that Ace of Cups, they have a lot to give. And so after this kind of initial period of getting to know each other, which, this may take a while to kind of reach that level with this person, it's very overflowing with them. This person really has learned that, again, they have a lot of empathy, they have a lot of love to give. And so they've needed to kind of develop this self-protective shell, because they may have encountered people in the past who really took advantage of that, took advantage of their kindness and used that as a weakness, or looked at that as a weakness and used it against them to this person's detriment. And so they really have had to develop kind of these gatekeepers or barriers around themselves that kind of preserves this treasure within them. And we have children, so a lot of inner child healing could have taken place within the both of you, and you kind of have this in common, where you've really extracted the root of some difficulties or tendencies or behavior patterns, and really have sought to heal these things and move beyond these things. This person could also have children. Maybe you have children as well, and this is going to be a blended family situation, and that can really account for some of this discernment as well, taking into account the well-being of the children, being very cautious about who they are allowing into their children's lives, looking at love as beyond just what is appealing to them, but kind of factoring in what will be good for their family. Really also somebody who, if you want to have children, if that resonates with you, if you're of the age where you still can have children and that's part of your goal, part of your plan, this person fits well into that in terms of somebody that you can see yourself having children with. They can see themselves having children with you after this kind of vetting period passes, where you're getting to know each other and you're opening up. That this is it's a feeling of deep compatibility with one another. And we have wedding. So that ties in with dancing and party. You could meet them at a wedding, or this can really also, again, be this confirmation, like with children, that this is somebody that you will marry and you will have children with, or some kind of a blended family situation. And we have airplane, so they could live at a distance from you. Part of that kind of gradual getting to knowing each other could have to do with that distance and kind of that long distance communication. And, maybe somebody who in other kind of online relationships or kind of long distance relationships, trust could have really been broken or been a factor before. And so this is somebody who is wanting to do something different than what they had experienced previously. Somebody who is really wanting to take the time to kind of cross that distance to allow this kind of this room to kind of feel into the nuances that might not be so apparent in kind of that very impersonal method of maybe texting back and forth or emailing back and forth, where a lot of people, you can sense mood and intention through that, but it's a lot different than when you're dealing with somebody face to face and you're actually able to kind of pick up on that energy and mannerisms and subtle cues and whatnot. So this person might be, again, just kind of deliberate in that sense because of distance being an issue, where you can't necessarily get together all the time or at all or often or frequently to be able to really have those exchanges and to kind of feel beyond the words that are being said. And with airplane, that also ties in with this poised card here to really talk about this being a higher level of love, a higher caliber of partner than you may have previously experienced as well. That this person in this situation, in this love, really represents a leveling up in your love life. It's really a confirmation and a reward for the work that you've done on yourself, and you are now able to magnetize in a partner that is a vibrational match for you, that can really meet you at that level. And we have fashion, so they could work in the fashion industry or be kind of a snappy dresser, a snazzy dresser, very concerned about their kind of looks and their appearance. Somebody who's very meticulous, well groomed. And we have X. So that ties in with that kind of that energy of release. So maybe a difficult cycle that you were in with somebody, kind of a runner-chaser cycle or some kind of a toxic relationship. And once you've let that go and kind of have cleared that debris out of your life and the the mental, emotional, and physical space you were in that sort of perpetuated that, and you're rebuilding yourself, that this person is part of that growth and that rebirth in your life. This can also, for some of you, relate to an ex, somebody who, a relationship that the last time you were with them, it was, you were both operating from a very low vibrational space. There was a lot of toxicity, a lot of kind of negativity in the relationship, and you both had to go your separate ways to go through this ascension process, this journey to self. And so for some of you, this can resonate as that has effectively taken place within the both of you, and that your paths are now crossing again. It's this energy of almost getting to know this person all over again because of all the changes that have happened in you and them in the period since you were last together. And we have January, so another significant month, or this can also be the energies of Capricorn and Aquarius. And we have Kundalini awakenings, so that can definitely indicate something next level about this connection. Something that when you kind of get to know this person and you enter into that physical, intimate sort of communion with them, that it really sparks something within you. It really awakens something within you. It's kind of that phoenix rising out of the ashes of your experiences in love, maybe even of a physical nature previously. That almost this energy of building upon these other layers with this person. Maybe you were, very quick to rush into a physical relationship with people in the past. But as you're kind of with this person, as you're really getting to know them and building upon those fundamental layers, there's this intimacy that is possible between the both of you that might not have been possible before. A deep satisfaction in that sense that kind of makes this relationship incomparable to any others that you've had previously. This can even be kind of a spontaneous Kundalini awakening that occurs when you come into contact with this person. Very abrupt, very startling, that really calls you to kind of recognize a whole new layer of this journey into self, a whole new layer of this understanding of self that is possible, kind of in tandem with this journey of ascension that you both are on. And we have interns. So this can tie in with that energy of really rebuilding one's life, kind of starting from the ground up. Everything that was established before, a way that this person and you were showing up in your lives before, that kind of has fallen by the wayside. And so you meet this person at a stage where, you're just starting to get your footing in this new vibration that you are embodying. You're starting to experience abundance. You're starting to experience some success, the fruits of your labors to really transcend previous lifestyles or mindsets or patterns in your life, that it's starting to really bear fruit, and that's when this person comes in. This person could also have gone through some kind of a career change. So maybe they are at a process of being kind of an intern or an apprentice at a new trade or something that they are pursuing. And we have divorce. So that can tie in with that energy of release and kind of previous partners, and that, you know, that energy in reference to an ex. So maybe both of you are divorced. Also with children, you could be divorced with children. And so it's kind of a blending of families and kind of just care and consideration being taken in after maybe a nasty divorce, a long and protracted divorce, something that cost you individually, you know, both of you. It might have cost you a lot in terms of your material security, in terms of your peace of mind, a very kind of dark and anxious period that you've come through. Very messy divorce is what I'm feeling for both of you. And so something where you're extra cautious, opening your heart to love, stepping into romance again based on kind of from a place of wisdom from what you've been through in the past, and not wanting to repeat those same cycles or patterns. And we have clerk. So this person could be a clerk in a legal office, a clerk in some kind of store or business. And this can also really, again, talk to about somebody who is, you know, just taking a lot of things into account. Somebody who is really trying to build gradually upon this relationship, learning all the factors of one another, kind of opening up slowly, trying to really, you know, have different experiences, different encounters, getting to know each other in a very well-rounded sense to add up all these pieces to the sum total of wanting to move forward in the direction of romance. And we have comedians. So this person could be an amateur comedian. Maybe this is what they do for a living, or somebody who is really, I feel that part of that healing is they're helping you to kind of capture some joy back in your life and some lightheartedness, to not take things so seriously, or even for some of you to be able to look back on your experiences and really laugh, and, you know, kind of with a sense of irony or gratitude even that, you know, you've successfully kind of moved beyond this very difficult phase. Somebody who really helps to kind of boost you emotionally beyond any kind of energy of being very tired with what you've been through. And we have light eyes. Twin flame. So this could be your twin flame with that Kundalini awakening. This can also really tie in with that energy of X, of a twin flame that you were with previously, where you both had a lot of distortions to work through, a lot of healing to go through. And this can really signal this person coming back into your life, coming back around. And the two of you, it's almost like you're meeting for the first time in this very kind of new and fledgling energy because of the growth and evolution that has taken place, that this person is very different from who you remember them as, and vice versa. You have changed in a lot of ways, and so it's having to get to know each other again. This can also relate to some kind of a toxic cycle you were in with your twin flame, and the difficult decision to let that go, to kind of move forward with your life, to not, you know, linger in that energy of hope and waiting for this person to come back around, or to change, or to, you know, choose you, or to recognize this connection, the importance of it. And when you have made that choice, then you raise your vibration, you raise your standards, and this person comes in as kind of the result of that standard having been raised, and somebody who resonates with that vibration of you understanding you are worthy of more than what you might have been accepting previously or experiencing previously with another partner. Kind of moving beyond being tied or bound to that notion of twin flame as kind of this obligatory connection, but really investing in yourself and learning to prioritize your own peace of mind, that all of this can really be a signal for this person coming in, this other person coming in. And for some of you, this person could also consider themselves a twin flame on a twin flame journey. And they have also made that choice to kind of step away from a twin who was not willing or able to do the work to kind of meet this person at a higher level. And so the both of you are very much, you know, you have that kind of similar narrative where you're able to bond with that, where you're choosing yourself over remaining kind of stuck in this energy of waiting for another to change. And we have brainy, so that was coming through with intelligent and math, somebody who is, well, very intelligent, very logically minded, somebody who is not trying not to allow their heart to carry them away, but kind of this balance between the head and the heart. And we also have black hair. So I'm going to get some initials for you now, group 2. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Okay, so we have L, W, M, I, N, C, J, S, F, and A. So I'm going to close this reading out for you, group 2, with a romance angels, just to get some guidance from spirit about this person. This next love that is coming in for you, group 2. Okay, so we have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So this is really a confirmation of, again, the work that you're doing on yourself to raise your standards, to raise your vibration. All of this is helping to magnetize this person in. And it could be something also where, you know, this kind of defensiveness or guardedness on both of your parts because of some kind of cycles or trends that you have really sought to eliminate and transcend in your life, as far as your life in general or romance, that there could be some hesitation as far as opening up and letting this person in. Maybe kind of this energy of wanting to be a little too discerning or a little too guarded with them. And also vice versa, you know, this person could kind of be a hard nut to crack at first. They might be almost overly cautious in terms of really wanting to move into this place of certainty, kind of with that intellectual energy and brainy energy. They could almost be over-analyzing things. You know, as much growth as this person has done, they don't have everything figured out. It feels like you both are very much works in progress, but at the same time are actively participating in that, kind of stepping into that highest version of self. And so having some patience with them, understanding that, putting yourself in this person's shoes, and also recognizing that, you know, having this confidence in the work that you've done in yourself, the changes that are made, and that you are now at this point in your life where you are magnetizing in different experiences from what you've had previously. So not allowing that guardedness to, or this person's guardedness to completely turn you off to this, but recognizing that, you know, even in terms of soulmate, that there is a lot to learn from this person. This could turn out to be your forever person, or, you know, this could even be somebody that, you know, just has a deep and meaningful impact in your life at this point in time, that this is almost the love that you need to kind of revive your heart, to sort of reinstill your trust and faith that love is possible, that love is more than just for storybooks and movies, that can be real. You can experience that regardless of what your experiences in love have been in the past. So you're really guided to, you know, just trust your instincts, trust your guidance to open up at, you know, the pace and level to which it's comfortable with you, and to recognize that, you know, this, again, this work that you've done on yourself, you're being rewarded at this point in time with relationships and people coming into your life that resonate with you at this new vibration that you are embodying. So those are your messages, group 2. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 3. You chose the Selenite. So I'm going to start with these cards to see what's next in love for group 3. Got the Four of Cups, Judgment, Three of Swords, Four of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Eight of Cups, Tick-tock, Time to go, Come to the Edge, and Milk and Honey. So it seems like this person comes into your life at a period of time when you are just fed up with love. With the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups, you may have gone through, and also the Three of Swords, you may have gone through a lot of disappointments in love. Kind of some unrequited love, perhaps. And maybe just several instances of rejection, or starting to get to know someone and then just some red flags kind of popping up, or not really being able to scratch beneath the surface with a lot of people in a deep and meaningful way. And you may be really at this kind of point in your life of wanting to give up on love altogether, or just kind of after some major heartbreak, you've kind of closed yourself off to the idea of love. You're very closed off in that heart space. You may be focusing a lot on work and kind of neglecting your emotional needs, or not prioritizing these emotional needs. You could be also at a place with the Judgment card of really getting a lot of signs that you need to start prioritizing your own emotional well-being, any kind of difficulties or kind of residual pains from the past that you just sort of stuffed down and tried to compartmentalize, that these are really coming to the surface for you to clear. Some of you could be really kind of spontaneously crying, or kind of having nightmares about things, or just this overwhelming kind of sense of malaise about love in general, and kind of thinking of love with kind of a pessimistic attitude, just wanting to move beyond that, move beyond any kind of ideas of true love being for you. This energy of wanting to move beyond, not really interested in having anyone from the past back, being really kind of done and fed up with that, wanting to move forward into the future. Kind of this energy also of not really seeing love offers, like love kind of trying to be offered to you. Also here with this hand kind of reaching out with this cup of love. So love is sort of it's trying to be offered to you, but you just have your back turned. You're just kind of moved in another direction. You're focusing on something else. You're prioritizing something else. You're not recognizing maybe somebody who's kind of in your peripheral, maybe somebody from work who is kind of flirting with you, or somebody who is kind of on the outskirts of your life, is really trying to make the effort towards you, and it's something that you're not seeing. You're not recognizing that. You're focused elsewhere. You're moving in another direction. You have your priorities set elsewhere, but some kind of sign is coming in also about love being on the horizon for you, or just an energetic shift that you are sensing that something's coming in, something different with this tick-tock here. A sense of knowing or anticipation, but not being certain about what that is. And that sense of knowing or anticipation, it might catch you really off guard when it is in the form of love, because again, you seem to be at this place of not focusing on love, kind of having closed your heart off, closed yourself off to the idea of love, the idea of partnerships, at least at this point in your life, and So this person comes in as almost this very kind of jolting and awakening force into your life, this sweetness that you weren't looking for, that was very unexpected, and something also that really transcends any of your experiences in love in the past. With this Judgment card, this is a card of awakening, like a spiritual awakening can be triggered by this person. For me as a reader, the Three of Swords can also really talk to heart chakra activations. So something about this person really coming into contact with you, it awakens so much within you. It perhaps even awakens some of these long dormant sensations of love that you had kind of put on the shelf, that you'd sort of walked away from. You'd been moving away from this. You had said no more to that. You're headed in another direction in your life. And then all of a sudden, you know, here's this force coming up behind you, almost kind of this energy of sort of feeling this anticipation and maybe running a little bit from love, trying to close yourself off even more, trying to make yourself unavailable to love, not wanting to risk the potential of loss and heartbreak that you may have gone through in the past. So again, some unhealed wounds still kind of festering there in the heart space that are being called to your attention to clear. Or this could be something where you're getting this awareness about the ways in which this heartbreak is that you've been carrying around is really kind of keeping your vibration very stuck. That this could even be kind of impacting your ability to receive abundance in other ways. So some work you may be doing to really kind of move beyond that, to kind of leave that heartbreak behind and kind of move outside of your comfort zone, to kind of leave this very stuck energy behind so that you can kind of transcend to the next level. And a byproduct of that, not only in freeing yourself, maybe some cord cutting meditations that you're doing, or just some ways that you are actively trying to move beyond this or kind of clear this heartbreak from you. Kind of a byproduct of that is magnetizing in very surprisingly to you this very unexpected and very fulfilling love that is different than what you had experienced in the past. This feels very much like something that this is just the right, it might seem that the timing is off for you, that it's not a convenient time for love when this person comes in, but this TikTok card along with the Judgment is really talking about divine intervention here, that this is in fact coming in at the right time, a timetable that is outside of your ability to comprehend. Somebody that really when you experience this, almost like when this love just kind of collides with you very unexpectedly and really activates and opens something within you, that this is a connection that can help you to really move beyond some of those disappointments that you had almost been trying to just ignore. But you'd been moving forward in your life, but still kind of carrying these things in tow with you. These things are still kind of dragging along behind you, kind of slowing down your progress. And through this person coming in, this new kind of love, this new romance that comes in, it feels like something that really helps to untether you from that. It really helps to kind of cut those cords, almost replacing that sense of disappointment, disgust, or despair about your experiences in love in the past, kind of counteracting that with this sweetness, to where the people that you might have been concerned of from the past, either a feeling of kind of longing or regret, pining for somebody, or still holding on to some anger or bitterness, you're able to let that go. It's no longer as important to you. It's no longer something that you're carrying with you. It's not sticking with you, because you are having this new and very profound and deep and satisfying experience of love. And so this feels like something also with this Knight of Cups. This could be somebody that pursues you for quite a while. You might be in the energy of rejecting this person, rejecting their advances or ignoring those advances. But this feels like somebody who is very persistent, somebody who feels very strongly about you, very certain about you. This person could almost feel this kind of spiritual resonance with you. Maybe even for some of you, this is something where this person has dreamed of you. And so you could have even dreamed of this person energetically. This feels strongly that they feel very compelled that this is a significant connection, that you are a very significant person that it's almost to their detriment if they don't act upon this, that somehow they need to kind of get past your barriers. Somehow this person needs to get your attention. It could be in a very dramatic or unexpected way in which they are able to do that successfully, to get that attention from you. Some kind of a dramatic declaration or something which is very unmistakable, something which you can't miss, which you can't ignore, but something which makes very clear their intentions for you, the purity of that, these feelings that they have for you. This could even be somebody, if they're watching you from afar, and kind of this energy of maybe being in some way in the peripheral of your physical circumstance, maybe work, or even somebody who's like a neighbor who kind of lives in the same town or city as you, just kind of sees you out and about as you're going through your daily existence. Maybe even somebody who's just kind of in a friend, who you have friend zoned. You are not opening up your heart to them, but they are still part of your material world. This could be somebody who makes some kind of a dramatic romantic declaration to you that almost kind of stops you in your tracks and makes you turn around and look. Where you're headed in one way, you're kind of ignoring love, you're not prioritizing love, and whatever it is that they say, it's sufficient to stop you and cause you to acknowledge that, to recognize that. It catches you very much off guard, and again, with this milk and honey, something that is beyond what you have experienced in love in the past, kind of somebody who is more emotionally vulnerable than you are accustomed to, somebody who is unafraid to express the truth of their heart in a way that you are unaccustomed to, but in a way that it feels very good. This is almost the soothing that you needed. This is the sweetness that you needed to kind of unblock that heart chakra, to renew this hope and love once again, or the sense that also that it was worth the wait that you feel with this person. It starts to make sense why all these other kind of situations crumbled or didn't work out. This could even be somebody from your past where the timing was off previously between the both of you. And so you've moved forward with your life. You are no longer looking back. You're no longer waiting. You stop that energy of hesitation, and something has shifted within this person, or other circumstances have aligned to where they are now re-emerging in your life. This could be somebody who, again, is kind of watching you from afar, watching you from kind of a guarded or cloaked stance, to where you don't know this person's even considering you, but they've been looking at you with loving eyes for quite some time. They've been hot on your trail this whole time, or for a while, and they come to the point where they feel that a move needs to be made. They need to announce themselves, and so it's almost this energy here with this judgment of kind of like a reawakened connection, someone from your past, kind of the raising the dead, so to speak, where again, a connection that was kind of dead and gone, someone from the past that you weren't thinking about. You never considered that there could be a future with them, or you'd kind of given up hope. You'd abandoned hope about that. You were no longer in the energy of pursuit of them, and you just kind of turned away and walked away. But something has shifted within them where they now are in that energy of pursuit. The tables have turned and they are now headed in your direction. So in terms of signs, with the cups, we have water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Judgment is Scorpio. Swords is air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And the pentacles are earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So I'm going to get a few more zodiac signs for you, group 3, and this can be somewhere in their chart, in your chart, or it can be a time of the year that is significant. So we have Gemini, which is May and June. Virgo, which is August and September. And Scorpio, which is October and November. So I'm going to get some of these attributes now, and there's all kinds of things in this bowl. There's physical characteristics, zodiac signs, initials. There can be personality qualities. Just a little bit of everything. So for group 3, what's next in love? Okay, and we have math. So this person could be a math major, a math teacher, some kind of a science geek, science-minded person, somebody who also is very logically based, logically minded. This can kind of also tie in with that Knight of Cups and just this steady pursuit. Somebody who is really kind of looking at this in terms of the long-term picture of things, somebody who is really weighing out kind of the costs and the benefits even of reaching back out to you if this is someone from your past. Somebody who has gone through this process of really connecting the dots in their own life as well about where things might have fallen short in this connection. If, again, someone from your past, they've really taken in this energy of accountability, of self-reflection and evolution, seeking to kind of rise beyond circumstances within themselves that kind of led to heartbreak, maybe even some heartbreaks in their own past that had kind of put them in this energy of being very closed off and sort of sabotaging the potential there between you. But that something has really made sense with this person. They have really transcended that as well. And we have the letter Y. Trade. So this person could work in some kind of a specific trade, maybe some kind of a technical trade. Electrician is coming through. And we have well-dressed. So somebody who could be very meticulous in their attire, somebody who takes good care of themselves, is well-groomed, very attractive. Got the letter O. This could also be somebody who, through their work, they may need to wear suits or kind of dress up for work as well. And we've got straight hair. Spiritual awakening. So that definitely is there in the energy of the Judgment card. That if this is somebody from your past, they have undergone some kind of a spiritual awakening. And this reemergence into your life would be in the form of kind of an up-leveled person that what you were dealing with previously has kind of been discarded. This is somebody who has moved away from, again, maybe some heartbreaks or some tendencies within themselves. Has opened up to a more emotionally vulnerable and authentic version of themselves as well. This can also really talk about some kind of a spiritual awakening that is triggered by this person. Maybe that was triggered by this person in the past, if this is a past person, and you both have been on this kind of separate journey to self, the dark night of the soul, the ascension, just everything that's involved with that, with the spiritual awakening, kind of getting on the path of your highest good, finding your purpose, really discovering who you are and embodying that in so many ways. And that with the TikTok now, divine timing is kind of bringing this person back into your existence, back into your orbit once more after these changes, and kind of this work that was necessary to be done on these solo paths has been accomplished. And this can also, if this is not someone from your past, this can be somebody who has also gone through a spiritual awakening, or somebody who is just very much not operating for the most part in a low vibrational kind of energy. There may be a little bit of guardedness, or, I mean, everybody has residual wounds. Nobody is ever completely healed. There's always baggage that everybody has to some degree or another. But this is somebody who is kind of has moved into this energy, at least, of being very self-aware, taking a lot of responsibility for, like, that well-dressed, not only their physical appearance, but kind of their spiritual health as well. Somebody who, really seeks to kind of cleanse their energy, to kind of move beyond anything that is holding them back in their life. Somebody who is not just content to kind of drag the past with them and allow them to hold them back, but somebody who really seeks to kind of learn the lesson from difficult experiences and transcend limitations others have placed upon them, as well as limitations they have placed upon themselves. And we also have mentor. So this person, through that spiritual awakening, they could have really come into this place of wisdom, where they have a lot of insight at this point in time. They may also look to you as some kind of a mentor because of the journey that you have been on. There is this energy of kind of observing you from afar, being in pursuit for a while, something that they see about you or that they've discovered about you, something that you say, or that kind of this redirection of the focus away from maybe actively pursuing unrequited love, toward investing on yourself, or looking toward a future that is less one-sided. All of this could really be inspirational to this person. If this is someone from your past, that energy of kind of giving up that pursuit and redirecting that focus onto self may have also really served as an inspiration to this person, sensing that, feeling that vibrational kind of void where at one point in time you were really pursuing them, and then you've kind of shifted gears here, that it's caused this person to have to stop and turn around as well, and kind of the tables turning in that sense. And now they are embodying that energy of pursuit, of putting themselves out there, of giving in the same way that they were receiving from you in the past in this connection. This can also talk about somebody who does a lot of volunteer work. Maybe they mentor people within their particular field. They could mentor youth or children, some kind of program that they're involved in, some kind of philanthropic work that they do, some kind of community involvement as well. This could be how you meet this person, is through some kind of community activity, which can tie even in with that energy of pentacles and kind of the physical world, the physical surroundings, and that this person just, again, maybe they're flirting with you, but you're not really thinking about love at this time or in that particular circumstance. And so it takes consistent effort on this person's part to really kind of get your attention. And we also have black hair, pale, fair complexion, telephone. So this person could live at a long distance from you, or this can really talk about even someone from your past who reaches out, calls you, or sends you a text message. Or this can talk about a lot of phone calls and texts, or even emails going back and forth between the both of you. Maybe this is someone who you work with, and they work in another part of your office, and so you're having to call them to ask them questions, or in some way you need to maybe get their approval on something if they are kind of like a manager or a higher up in your position, or just some kind of a colleague where some kind of dialogue or interaction is necessary. And this person in that capacity may be trying to flirt, or, and you're just trying to keep it very business, trying to kind of not acknowledge that, or it's just, it's not in your train of thought at that point in time. So kind of these subtle efforts that they're making, it's not hitting its target. You're not responding. You're not recognizing the intention behind what they're saying, or the inflection, for example. So they need to kind of step up the effort, kind of turn the volume up on that, so to speak. And we've got the letter H. Signs. So this was really tying into kind of feeling that something is coming, but not really certain what that is. Maybe getting some dreams, meeting with this person in dreams, and being kind of very surprised that what's coming in, this milk and honey energy, that it's love, or that it's, that it's in the form of this person. You could be seeing angel numbers a lot, or if this is someone from your past, even seeing signs of them, kind of this energy of this resurrection of the connection, seeing their name a lot, seeing people that look like them, seeing things or hearing songs even. Music could be very important with that, with Gabriel's trumpet there on the judgment card, to where you're communing with their higher self in this period of distance, and that there's a sense of things kind of speeding up between the both of you, it taking on this kind of larger energy, this person's energy pursuing you now for a change, signs that they're coming back in, maybe even confirmations that you're getting through tarot readings, even your own tarot readings, or just things that you hear in passing by, conversations that people are having. All these things can serve as signs that are really indicating to this energy of renewal, of resurrection, kind of ghosts of the past, connections of the past, reconciliation, all of that. And there's a strong kind of indication of that. But maybe you've gotten to this point where, you've heard that all before, you're kind of over that. It's just been promises not delivered in the past, or, it's something that you're not really, you're not holding out hope for that anymore. You've kind of tried to redirect yourself. And so this person comes back into your life, if this is someone from the past, very surprised surprising. It's surprising that this time when you've gotten that kind of inclination, or you felt that shift in the energy between the both of you, you felt this kind of shifting in your heart space. It's very surprising that it is actually followed by some kind of 3D action by this person. And we also have angular face. So this person could have a very pronounced jaw or cheekbones or a nose. It is very distinct and significant. And we have lake. So you could live near a lake, you could spend time by a lake. That could be significant to something in the past, if this is a past person. This also really fits in with the saying, still waters run deep. So where it may be that you're not focusing on love, there's actually a lot energetically happening beneath the surface to magnetize in this new person. That they come in a way and in an environment perhaps even where it's very unexpected, where it's something, you know, they've been in your energy for quite some time, or observing you or watching you unbeknownst to you, that not a lot was happening on the surface, not a lot was being revealed, and then all of a sudden I'm kind of getting this imagery of almost like a fish leaping out of this very placid surface of a lake, that all of a sudden then there they are, just kind of bursting forth into your reality, or making this declaration of love where, you know, it catches you off guard, and you never had really thought of this person that way, or if it's someone from the past, you figured they had never thought of you again, they had no intention of coming back. You'd kind of release the hope and move forward, and here they are with this declaration kind of popping back into your life. And we have Cancer, so that could be a significant zodiac sign, or that can even relate to the months of June and July. And we've got divorce. So you may have gone through a divorce that has really just caused you to kind of shut down your heart to love, maybe a difficult or messy divorce. This could even be somebody you are divorced from that makes a reemergence into your life. They can be a divorcee as well. So this could be a second, a third, or whatever number of marriage, or for the both of you. If this ends up being somebody that you are marrying, which since I said that could possibly very much be the case, that what this leads to, kind of that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow that you might have thought wasn't coming, or was just completely outside of what you were focusing on, and that this connection, this budding romance, it just kind of, it turns into that. And so again, somebody who kind of with that energy of divorces also ties in with this Eight of Cups and that energy of walking away, kind of moving beyond a previous type of partner that you had been with before. This person could be very much outside of the box of that, or just this represents giving also love a try in another form after maybe a lack of success before, or even with all these cups here, several failed romances, maybe even a couple divorces that you've been through perhaps, and just at a point of being very fed up, not wanting to go through all of that again, but then this very sweet and emotive energy kind of comes into your life that really causes you to open up your heart and awaken to the possibility of love in your future. And we have psychic. So there could be a telepathic connection between the both of you. This person could be very psychic, very intuitive. This ties in also with signs that you could be getting some kind of nudges, inclinations, some prophetic dreams about somebody returning to your life, or kind of a shift or love being on the horizon for you. Things which might not even at the time really make sense, but then after this person comes in and you start to build upon this connection, this relationship, you could also experience a lot of deja vu, or some, again, like dreams that you'd had, even meeting this person in dreams. It starts to become apparent. There's this recognition, or things, these intuitive hits you got in the past start to really make sense, or to really pan out, to play out as you're getting to know this person and in this circumstance. And we have glasses. Text. So that ties in with telephone, a lot of texts back and forth. communication in that sense, maybe long distance relationship, or even somebody from your past sending you a text maybe for the first time in a while. And we have festival. So you could meet this person at some kind of a festival. That could be significant if this is someone from your past. Maybe you used to like to go to music festivals together, or kind of Renaissance fairs or conventions, something where you had kind of common interests. That could also be something where, you know, kind of the summertime could be significant as well to this connection. Kind of outdoor activities, community gatherings. You could meet this person through friends, or again at some kind of a festival or gathering. And that also ties in with that trumpet and music being very much significant to this connection. This person could be a musician. You could send each other songs on the telephone, via text, you know, make playlists for each other, or kind of getting messages or communing with this person's higher self through song lyrics, kind of prior to this person coming in or coming back into your existence. And we also have contact lenses, so glasses and or contacts. And this is also really, both of these are really kind of making me feel this energy of seeing this person through fresh eyes, if this is someone from your past, or kind of seeing love from a new perspective, the potential of love for a new perspective. And also this connection really helping you to kind of reformulate your ideas of what took place in your life and love in the past. Any kind of disappointments, recognizing those as kind of stepping stones to this higher and very sweet love that you are to experience with this person coming in for you. And we have loyal, so somebody who's very dedicated to this connection, very honest, only has eyes for you. Got night owls, so maybe they work nights, or they could have like a day job and something else that they do, that they invest in, some kind of a side project, a side hustle, some kind of artistic endeavor that they do at night, or they just like to stay up really late. And we have dark eyes. And heart chakra activation. So that was coming through with this Three of Swords here as something that is really a precursor to this person coming in, that you sort of reach this stage, kind of this divine intervention, this spontaneous kind of activation within you that really kind of helps to crumble away any pessimism and open your heart to love, to where you're able to kind of recognize maybe the efforts that this person has been making for quite some time to get your attention, that you're in this energy of being ready to receive. Or if this is somebody returning to your life, their return in a more elevated fashion than what you were dealing with previously, it could really go a long way toward helping you to open your heart again, to believe in love again, the changes that they have gone through and are demonstrating to you. It could really help to spark this deeper level of intimacy and connectivity than you may have experienced previously together. So I'm going to get some initials now. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Group 3. Okay, so we have C, L, F, W, A, P, B, E, N, J, and S. So I'm going to close this reading out for you, group 3, with a Romance Angels card, and this can just be some guidance from Spirit about this new love or this connection. So 2 came out for you, so I will take them both. And we've got chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So definitely with that kind of spiritual awakening, heart chakra activation energy, there's a magnetism here, something that really is next level in terms of the love that you've experienced with this person. And you know, it's no coincidence that they're being magnetized to you, or perhaps back into your life, if this is somebody from the past, that the work you've kind of done on yourselves individually is really kind of this recipe for the circumstances working out between you, where in the past it might not have just been the right time, or there were still some things you needed to kind of figure out independently. If this is something where this is a new person, then this is somebody I feel who really, once they get your attention in that very kind of profound way, with that heartfelt kind of declaration, or very surprising kind of declaration of interest, I feel that this is somebody that once you let them in, kind of this attraction and this bond between you continues to build and grows very quickly. It's something where it's long lasting, and if this does kind of pan out into marriage for you, this feels like something where feelings don't cool off. The two of you continue to be very mesmerized by one another, very much engaged in this relationship, very much eager and excited to make this relationship work. And we also have getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. So this can tie in with getting to know this person again. If this is someone from the past who has gone through some kind of spiritual awakening, they've kind of ascended. They're coming to you as a different version of themselves than what you may have been dealing with in the past. So it is almost like the energy of a fresh person, getting to know them all over again. This also talks about, you know, if this is a new person that is coming in, and ties in really well with that chemistry card and this energy of a bond, where kind of once that initial sort of introduction is made, and you really open your heart to this person, they really activate something within you, this belief in love again, or kind of this feeling maybe of that it's not too late for you, there's still love for you out there. It's something to where your experience with this person, this feels like somebody who's very sweet and very loving, in a genuine way, somebody who really makes you feel seen and appreciated for who you are, somebody who, you know, has a lot of admiration for you and makes you feel quite desirable. And so as this is kind of expressed and this love energy is exchanged between the both of you, it really solidifies the bond between you. That this is somebody, you know, where there's compatibility on many different levels, but kind of the dynamic, the expression of love, or just kind of sitting in this very, almost this pure, innocent kind of love energy, which could be quite refreshing from whatever was dealt with in the past. If there was a need to kind of walk away, or any kind of unrequited love situations, that somebody who actually reciprocates and is interested in kind of building upon a connection with you, it's something that's very refreshing, and it's something that the more you kind of exchange, maybe even like loving words to each other, or you're really, you know, getting to know each other, looking into each other's eyes, spending quality time together, you know, in physical proximity with one another, that in a very energetic sense, your souls are communing, your hearts are speaking to each other, even across the distance, even prior to meeting this person, or this person coming back into your world. And so it's something where if this is another go around with someone from the past, this time around there is going to be a deepening and up-leveling. It's not just going to be more of the same with them. If this is somebody new that's coming into your life, this is a new experience in love versus, again, just kind of a repeating series of cycles that you may have been through previously. It's something which really opens you up to a new level of being able to love and being able to receive love in kind. So those are your messages, group 3. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the reading. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.